Hello everyone, welcome to this reading for Scorpio season / November. There's a lot going on, and I just wanted to come on despite the energy. Last week, full moon in Aries was a whole freaking lot. It was a lot, and I mean, ever since September, that's why I did all those videos that I highly recommend you go through again. I'll pin them down below. It's because it's been a very, very okay. It's because it's been a very, very charged short period of time. Energetically, and this eclipse season was just turned everything upside down, right? There has been so I've been getting a lot of messages with regards to Scorpio season. For whatever reason, Scorpio for me, because it feels just very dark and intense, right? It gives me this association with the subconscious. It's like the dark, unseen shadow aspects of ourselves. And what I was hearing is that there is a series of ego / identity deaths. So we're all invited to surrender completely our old earth identities. This is really the culmination of, we're going to really start seeing the results of the internal work that we have done so far. However, now with Scorpio season, we're going to have to let go of everything at a personality level that has defined who we were operating as in the world, right? Because we couldn't be ourselves, because we were attacked, because we had to take on these personas to operate in the 3D world. Now it's just no longer the case. It's a whole new paradigm. It's a whole new reality. And we have to become new as well. It's a new earth. So Scorpio is about transformation. Scorpio is really like shedding the skin. Scorpio is quite intense, but I freaking damn love it. If you're a Scorpio, I freaking love you. I love Scorpio energy. And both sides of the collective are going to be confronted with the distorted ways in which they have been coping with life, coping with reality. For example, I was hearing for the divine masculines, we're going to draw cards. I haven't used it in a while. This is the Mama Gaia Oracle. I love it because we need a little bit of grounding, right? I feel like it's all of us, as on a collective level, we need grounding. We need to there is this need to ground ourselves. Basically, we're gonna dive deeper into the message later on, but that's what I was feeling. It's like, there's a lot happening up there. There's a lot happening energetically, spiritually. There are so many transformations, but we need to calm down to the roots, to root chakra work, root chakra healing. Okay. For the divine masculines, you're going to be exposed with all the ways in which, all the subconscious ways in which you have been trying to get love externally. manipulation, people pleasing, giving your power away. No, these are all ways that are just not of the divine. They're not pure. They're not aligned with your higher self. Your higher self is in alignment with source. Your higher self knows your worth. Your higher self is the healed aspect of you. Well, it's the heal core essence of who you truly are that is not defined by your past wounds, by your past lifetimes, by any of the worldly nonsense. Okay, so you are made in God's image, basically. So any distorted perception of who you've been, that's gotta go. Okay, I'm tempted to leave this healing card. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so the divine masculines that have been trying to get love by overworking themselves or by over providing or by jumping through hoops and all that sort of thing, that's just not happening anymore. And there are very subtle ways that I'm even seeing in my own personal life that is just very subtle ways, very manipulative, subtle ways that masculines are trying to reach for, that high from a divine feminine, right? Because a divine feminine, she's healed so much of herself. We've been getting the purification card for the divine feminines. She's in this state of purity. She's like embodied love. Okay, and the masculines still need to integrate their own eternal divine feminine, their own internal worth and God's love. Okay, I don't want to call it self-love because that's nonsense. So all the ways in which, because I was seeing this imagery of reaching out for love externally, like, oh, what can I do to get divine feminine's love or to get divine feminine's attention or whatever that is. It's like, no, turn it to God, turn it to source. The same for divine feminines. Oh, what can I do to be accepted in the world? Or what can I do? How can I mold myself to be less intense for the world or for a particular masculine? Or hell the fuck no. Okay, now you turn to God, and none of that external validation is ever going to feel enough because you're not who you truly are. Okay, so whenever you think in terms of how can the world, even if it's your goddamn spiritual partner, okay, they're not God. So you all gotta release that. You all gotta release that earthy way of thinking. Turn to God. Okay, this is the message that I've been getting. And so all of you are going to start looking at the ways that are programmed ways from childhood, right? Because we learn these, because we don't receive unconditional love, right? From our parents, from the world, and we learn and we pick up from our environments clues and ways in which we can like manipulate to get something. That being said, let's start with the feminines here. I just pulled this card because I feel this is purification, divine feminines. Okay, you're going through a period of. I'm also hearing regeneration because you all know we're exhausted. Okay, I've made that very clear on my channel. You all know we're exhausted. Okay, so I'm really seeing like just cleansing, like energetically, spiritually. You've been buried so much, divine feminine. Okay, so a lot of that identity of the old identity of okay, there's something very spiritual with this card that is coming through. It's like hiding your spiritual power. That's just no. Okay. So, and I feel like this is so interesting because I feel like part of the exhaustion is like holding back. It's like uh putting the brakes on our authentic expression, which is, I mean, it's freaking lot. Okay, let me dive into we got the death card with the magician. Gotta be freaking kidding me. Okay. I kind of feel like this is in between. This is the energy in between. Okay. It's like death is Scorpio energy, is transformation. Okay. Magician is like your magic. I'm hearing delving for your magic. So let's see, what is this purification? It's like I'm hearing no holding back, no holding back. Didn't want to flip through. Okay, so let's see. What is this purification with the magician? I'm seeing a lot of you are going to start gaining back certain gifts from ancient times. Three of Wands. Okay, it really wanted to come through. Three of Wands. Three of Wands is like future planning, moving forward, direction. Like completely leaving the old earth behind. There's nothing, I must say, okay, this is very important. There's nothing of the old earth that I'm sensing here in this energy. Maybe a little bit for divine masculines, but for divine feminines is like, nope. You see, like he's turned his back, its back on the old earth. Okay. Okay, the Hierophant in the reverse with the Six of Swords and the World and the High Priestess. Gotta be freaking kidding me. Okay. This is a very clear message. I mean, Divine Feminine, you don't need to be a tarot expert to read this energy. It's just so clear. Six of Swords is walking away forever, for like freaking done, no way back, old earth. Because we have the world, and the world is ascension. Okay. Magician, Hierophant, and the High Priestess. This is like, okay, the High Priestess in the High Priestess came up right, and the Hierophant came in the reverse. The Hierophant, I feel like it's more of like the outward expression of the High Priestess, which is like being the teacher. It's more of the masculine aspect of the Divine Feminine, and it was in the reverse because in the old earth you could not be your High Priestess spiritual expression. And again, if I know that this is a label that so many use nowadays, is like, if you've been seeing spiritual gurus and whatever nonsense out there, I need to repeat this because there is no way you could have made it in the old earth, and those are scammers. Those are not of the highest expression of truth and of God, because it's really, really hard to be that in the 3D realm. It's really hard to hold the frequency and to hold the vibration of the truth within the 3D nonsense paradigm. Okay, so we had to first ascend, which we did. and remove all that darkness and spiritual battles and that was a very genuine side. It was a lot. Okay, purification. We had to purify all that nonsense. I mean, look at these beautiful cards, like walking away, just letting all that go. And with the Hierophant in the reverse, we had to build the strength to be the leaders, be the teachers, protect ourselves from these energies, external energies, and we had to do that on our own. Okay, I'm getting a lot of the divine feminines have been trying to, either energetically or in the physical realm, try to, this is a strong message that comes through, tried to use their divine masculine as a shield, like trying to or blame them for not being there to protect them. But here's the thing, it's like the protector part of you, it's the masculine. Okay, it came out in the reverse. You had to build that internal divine masculine. You had to build you had to know how to set healthy boundaries. You had to learn how to strengthen your inner masculine energy, because it's like it's like expecting someone else to be your spiritual bodyguard. That's not possible. Okay, it's like we're not in the old earth. We're not playing these old earth games where like we take on roles. That's not. We need to stop assigning roles to other people for things that we cannot do on our own, like emotional regulation. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about your divine masculines as well. So we're getting there, but we have to stop assigning roles to things that we cannot do for ourselves. So we had to learn how to be our own protectors. We had to learn how to be teachers, how to be leaders, how to be in this Hierophant energy. And it is freaking damn difficult. I mean, I speak from experience. It's been 7 freaking goddamn years that I've been just constantly targeted for my gifts, for my message, for just who I am. And I had to purify all that out. 7 goddamn freaking years. Okay. That being said, I mean, divine feminines, gorgeous energy. Just gorgeous energy. I cannot stress this enough. So Pluto is exiting Capricorn on the 15th, I think. And then we have Sagittarius season. Those are powerful energies, powerful shifts. And it's like this is closing the door on the old earth forever. And I mean it. It's like, and we even got the 6 of Swords just walking away. So that's done. I mean, there may be a little bit of recalibration over the next weeks, but this is really drastic change, transformation. I mean, we have a Death card. So let's see what is this Death card speaking for the divine masculines. Let's shift the energy for the masculines. I don't want to make it too long because I've been already sharing quite a lot. But I feel like this is the last, kind of like the last message, right? We still have a 11/11 portal in November. Ritual. The corn. Ritual. Interesting. Huh. I'm seeing the imagery is like solar plexus plus heart chakra. I feel like there's something. Okay, moving from the ego and into the heart space. There is a lot of emotional opening for the divine masculines, grounding. Yeah. Um, leadership. Interesting. Okay, so I really feel like this is the message. It's like death, ego death. I mean, yeah, moving from the solar plexus into the heart chakra. I feel like this is really, really the time. We also have communication. Okay. This is really the time where the divine masculines are really going to have to let go of their ego, or else, because I mean, God is no longer allowing. This is a very humbling. The word I was hearing is humble. Okay, look at the high priestess. She's humble. You cannot be a new earth leader and be in your ego. This is the strongest message of today's reading. You cannot be a messenger of God and be in your ego. That's gotta freaking go. But also, it doesn't mean giving your power away, okay? Being humble doesn't mean giving your power away. Hell no. You got to stand in your sovereignty, in your power, in your magic, in your gifts, right? And I mean, the world is going to have a lot to say about that. I mean, yeah. Which is why we had to work on so many boundaries. We had to work on so many things on our own so that we can face the world and still choose to be the leaders that we are born to be. Okay. So what is so the divine masculines are the moon. Okay, yeah, exactly what I said. This is Scorpio energy, subconscious, the moon, and death. It's like revealing all the shadow aspects of yourself. One last thing that I was hearing very strongly for both is like with this humbling energy. Okay, the divine masculines, and by the way, this card is a 10, so it's like completion of a cycle also. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, the last message that I was hearing very loud and clear, even before coming on today. So both sides of the collective, but especially the divine masculines, are letting go of the false virtuous image of who they are, and they're going to start having to face a lot of very, very uncomfortable parts of themselves, which is why they also avoid the energy of the divine feminine, because she's very exposing. She's very, I mean, she's intense, right? It's like the more you get closer to the light, it's like, oh, I'm seeing my shadows, I'm seeing my darkness. So it's like you're repelled and you move away because you're trying to maintain this false image of, oh, I'm this virtuous person and oh, I'm doing this. But how can I? Okay, I'm going to use an example. Let's just say with this Queen of Pentacles, okay, let's just say you are, let's just say you are hiding behind this false image of, oh, I'm a provider of my family. Oh, I am doing this for my family. But the subconscious reason why you do that, all while knowing that you're not happy, all while knowing that it's not who you truly are, it's because it's simply putting on a people-pleasing front and not being honest with yourself. This was just an example, okay? But it's really like, it's the death of this just not genuine aspects of who you are. It's like what's expected of you, right? What's always been expected of you. And so like, screw that. It's what's been expected of you as a like man from society or from your karmic family, or it's like, no, okay, again, it's like no longer looking at the world and the surrounding and the matrix and the way the world is, because that's not what we're building in the new earth. It's like looking up. It's not what other people need. The Queen of Pentacles, she's like the provider, she's the nurturer, she's the caring. It's like, I mean, yeah, everybody has needs, but but you know, we gotta meet our needs ourselves. It's like no longer looking at what everyone else needs and thinking that that is some sort of a virtuous way of living. Right, judgment. This card, I mean, if you don't see it now, you're gonna see it afterwards because I'm gonna put a picture on it. It's like he's carrying a mask and like he's dropping the mask. All masks are dropping. Okay, I know it's Halloween season, but still, it's like you gotta be really freaking bluntly honest with very, very, very uncomfortable parts of yourselves and look at the ways in which you were um avoiding being honest with yourself, because it's, I mean, I'm questioning myself daily, right? I'm daily exposing parts of myself that are just really uncomfortable, right? I'm always, going to source and asking, like, are my intentions pure? Uh, why am I doing this? Why am I in the situation I am? Why, always looking for the truth. I mean, as I shared, I'm a life path 7, so it's just, I can't help it. I've got to do this, but it's the kind of reflex that we're not going to start seeing because God is just not going to allow. God is just not going to allow nonsense. It's a very big difference being in a high priestess energy and having a God complex. I'm getting God complex energy from the divine masculines. That's how they've been operating in the old earth. Okay, it's like, and that's very religious. Okay, and a lot of you have been influenced by this religious nonsense where, I mean, you see all these preachers and priests and false virtuous people preaching, and but they're like utterly disgusting behind the scenes, and you kind of got used to, is what I'm hearing, is like you kind of got used to put on a front but not operate from your highest truth behind the scenes. I mean, this is the strongest message that is coming through. It's like the death of the people pleaser / God complex / slash everything that is false, everything that is a false identity. It's gonna just die completely, completely go away. Last card that is coming through for the divine masculines is the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is not a nice energy to be in. It's like financial loss, being left out in the cold. I mean, I'm sorry to be, don't shoot the messenger, but that's, if you're going to keep resisting this change, it's really going to be, God is really going to make it very, very difficult right now for the divine masculines to still be in avoidance, to not open their heart, to be in their ego. It's going to make it very difficult. This is the last miles of this whole freaking ascension marathon. The divine feminines are there. Yay! They're going to rest and rejuvenate and, still work on their boundaries and their masculine energy. But keep walking away from the old earth, purify, forgive, heal, the deal. Now, the divine masculines are going to, who are still in their ego, it's not going to be a very pleasant experience unless they choose to drop the masks and get real. That's what I have for you. Because this is really the last, I mean, as I said, there are masculines who have awakened way earlier. There are masculines who have waited until the very last minute, which is now. November 11/11 portal is just, as I shared, the next 2 months are no way back kind of energy, okay? I want to get one last card for the 11/11 portal. It's the Four of Cups. Temperance. Let me just channel it without the cards. What I'm getting is that, okay, this is happening until the 11/11 portal. And after the 11/11 portal, right after we have Pluto exiting Capricorn, moving back into Aquarius. And right after that, we have Sagittarius season. So what is it, like 3 weeks left to do this work? Because after that is game on, okay? So yeah, it's like aligning, okay? Really aligning. We need divine masculines to join us. Period. We can no longer just bear everything on our own. We need divine masculines to join us. Oh, and as I've shared, I've opened some free chats, New Earth chats. If you want to ask anything about the New Earth divine masculines, I'll be available for this week only. Everything is down below in the description box, but yeah, it's just keep reaching for the truth, keep facing those uncomfortable parts. The divine feminine has done it, so why can't you? I mean, duh. And it's, you can use your physical reality as a redirection, right? Whenever you see that like things are in the religious nonsense ideology, it's like there is this punishment from God, or oh, why is God doing this? Well, here's the thing, here's the truth behind all that nonsense. You are a galactic warrior, okay? You came here because you have the power to ascend, and you have superpowers, the magician, and you're here to be a leader. Okay, so with that being said, you also came here to fight the dark forces. So God said, okay, who's gonna take on this mission? You were like, let's roll. Maybe not as excited about it, but I mean, we came here as volunteers, and life was really rough in the old Earth, right? It's just a lot of conflict, life was extremely rough, okay? If you see me today, all sparkly and sprinkly, and it's the result of immense amount of work and really harsh life experiences, okay? So don't be fooled by the masks and the appearances. I don't believe it's necessary to go through the old influencer model where I just, preach about my hardships, and because also a lot of people will not resonate with your story, okay? As star seeds, we have had just very difficult life experiences. We chose that because we chose to ascend, okay? We didn't have the comfort of necessarily a comfortable existence because we knew why we came here, okay? And we had to become very self-reliant, just very sovereign beings. And so what I'm hearing as well is that so the 3 identities that are really going to, that the divine masculines are really going to have to let go of are the victim, 5 of Pentacles. Because so long you're going to see yourself as a victim, what is God going to do? Judgment is also sometimes God card. What is God going to do? It's just give you more reasons to complain, right? It's the way you see yourself is what defines reality. So if you're going to see yourself as a leader, oh, I'm here for that. I know it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy, okay? But also there are so many rewards that come with being in your power, right? That victimhood is just not going to give you that satisfaction, right? It's just, you don't have self-confidence. You don't get to experience the benefits of being a leader, right? So both sides, it's it's funny that I'm using like divine feminine as leaders and divine masculine as like still dealing with this, because it's true. There is a bit of lag. There is maturity that needs, divine masculines need to grow. They still need to grow in many areas that the divine feminines already have, spiritually, emotionally, energetically. Okay, yes, there is some growth to be done. It is what it is. That's the truth. So the three identities, and I'm going to wrap this up. These three identities are the victim mentality, the avoidance, like, oh, I don't want to look behind the mask. Well, we're going to have to. And the people pleaser. Gosh, this Queen of Pentacles really gives me people pleaser energy. No, okay. And the God complex, okay. I don't know if I shared that. Okay, the God complex. The God complex. These are the four identities that the divine masculine is gonna have to release. The people pleaser, giving your power away to others. The victim mentality, oh, well, it was me, and all that. Life is hard, etc. Avoidance, because it's just it's gonna be right in your face. And the God complex. I hope this message resonated. It was just very, very clear and straight to the point. This is what's going to unfold for the next weeks. Have fun, enjoy the ride, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care, dear ones.